Hi, I'm Kat Kalashian for Live and Invest Overseas, and today we're talking about Boquete, Panama, a retirement playground and nature lover's paradise. Boquete is one of Panama's and the world's top retirement destinations. It's a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts, nature lovers, anyone looking for an adventure-filled lifestyle with new activities every day. This little village boasts a choice of restaurants, seemingly every nationality, along with grocery stores, access to medical clinics, and some of the best coffee in the world. You can enjoy a safe, laid-back outdoors lifestyle with highland walks, river rafting, wildlife spotting trips, fishing, flower festivals, all on your doorstep. With a big, active, and welcoming English-speaking community, fresh spring-like weather, lush green landscape, and a low cost of living, here you can say goodbye to culture shock and enjoy a soft landing into expat life. So let's take a closer look. Boquete has a population of just over 20,000 people, 5,000 of whom are expats, so it's easy to get plugged in here. From events and festivals to meetups and clubs, you'll have no difficulty finding and staying connected with your fellow expats. Nearly everyone here speaks English, making the transition to life abroad here quite easy. And more than anything, as I said, Boquete is a nature lover's paradise. It's a land of rainbows and white clouds that cling to the green hillsides. Dense jungle with rare flora and fauna, an impressive inactive volcano, rivers for fishing and rafting, plus mountain trails, waterfalls, the Volcan Barro National Park. Yet you can still dine out in restaurants every night if you'd like to. You can still enjoy a lively nightlife, massage studios, beauty salons, flower festivals, and this region also produces some of the best coffee on earth, including the very famous geisha bean. Plus, you're only 40 minutes from David, which is Panama's second largest city, where you'll find anything that you could want or expect in a large city back home. We first started writing about Boquete more than 20 years ago, highlighting it as an affordable place where you can enjoy a safer, slower pace of life overseas, and all of that remains true. Unsurprisingly, though, our little highland escape has now become one of the biggest communities of foreign retirees in the world. The problem? New and quality housing has always been a challenge here. The real estate market is on the rise right now, and if your dream is to own a home here, you might only have a few years left to make your move, as Boquete is undergoing a real estate boom right now. In fact, we've gotten first access to a new project from Panama's most respected and established developer, who's building a new private community here. It's currently under construction to be delivered by the end of 2025. And to learn more about this exclusive opportunity, you can click the link on the screen or in the About section below. So when it comes to living here, there are lots of amenities, such as the local equestrian stables, lots of pools, nearby golf courses, etc. And the highest peak here, Volcan Barro, which is the volcano, it towers over Boquete at an altitude of about 3,500 meters, and it's only 12 miles from the town center, so very easy for hiking. And Boquete itself offers spectacular views of this mountain on sunny days, as well as the Caldera River, which flows through the town, and the streets are pretty much just constantly draped with flowers of every species and color because of the fantastic climate and rich soil here. The artisanal markets line the sidewalks, and locals sell produce and crafts. And in addition to all the natural beauty, most expats cite the weather here as one of their big motivations for moving to Boquete. Far from the heat and humidity of Panama City or the ground level, sea level destinations, temperatures in Boquete typically hover in the low or mid 70s Fahrenheit during the day, and at night it gets chilly enough that you'd want a sweater or a jacket. The climate and the volcanic soil here are ideal for growing any kind of produce you can think of, as well as plants and flowers. And the economy here is built on agriculture, so there's a massive and wonderful selection of local fruits and vegetables year-round, delivered, maybe from a mile away from the fields. And with such an established expat population, you'll find most of all of your needs met here. As I mentioned, there are restaurants, eateries, cafes of pretty much every nationality coming from all over the world, many of them run by expats who, for them, this is their local cuisine. Plus, there are trendy bars, nightlife locales, yoga studios, massage parlors, medical clinics, beauty salons, grocery stores, and any other necessity or convenience you could think of, really. You could thrive here as well without ever learning any Spanish, and it's really the only place in Panama where we say that this is the case, where you could just live a fully normal life without learning any Spanish. The majority of the area's expats are Anglophones, and almost everyone working in the service industry, hotels, restaurants, tourist agencies, grocery stores, etc., speaks English proficiently enough because of the local expat population. And although the cost of living is rising rapidly in Boquete, it's still generally more affordable than the US and Canada. A couple could live comfortably here on a budget of $1,500 a month if they own their own home and live like locals. That means shopping at the market rather than the imported goods at the grocery store. A more comfortable budget for many might be about $2,000 a month, which would allow you some of the imported food indulgences that you might want in the stores and more eating out. If you're looking to rent, a 2-bedroom, 80 square apartment here is typically $1,500 to $2,000 a month, usually furnished, as unfurnished apartments are pretty uncommon here. When it comes to day-to-day costs, you can expect to spend about $25 to $30 on a meal for two with drinks at a mid-range restaurant. If you go without the drinks, you'll only spend about $18. At a local bar, you'd pay $2.50 for a domestic beer or $4.50 to $5 for a craft or imported variety. If you buy your groceries at either of the two more affordable supermarket chains, Romero or Super Baru, you'll likely spend $150 or $200 a month. Organica, though, is the kind of Whole Foods version of chain here that's selling healthy specialty foods like grass-fed beef and things. Shopping there will definitely put a bigger dent in your wallet, but you'd have more of variety of nutritious products and more imported varieties as well. On the flip side, you could reduce your grocery bill significantly by purchasing locally grown produce. Stopping by the Boquete Tuesday market to stock up on fresh fruits and vegetables is the best way to do this, and also to become a part of your new community. Residents also typically hire maids here to do a deep clean once or twice a week. It might set you back $25 a day or $300 a month for full-time maid service if you wanted to go that route. And there are also lots of healthcare options here, more so than in most of the cities that aren't the capital in Panama. So here there are a few public and private healthcare centers, mostly clinics. The preferred choice for expats is the Clínica Especializada del Dr. Chen, which is private. One of our editors actually was there recently and she had an allergic reaction to coffee fly bites while scouting for us there. And she went to the clinic. There was no wait. They took her immediately to a private room and gave her antihistamines and an IV. Within an hour, her symptoms were on and she was back to hiking. She came back singing the praises of the high quality care and the warm bedside manner of both Dr. Gomez, who treated her, as well as the nurse. The cost of a clinic appointment there would be between $20 and $50, depending on the kind of care that you might need. Boquete is also a very safe and peaceful town. Violent crime is pretty much unheard of here. Offenses would probably be limited to petty thefts, so just take common sense precautions and you should be fine. Another danger is maybe getting lost while hiking, so choose trails that are clearly marked and don't stray off of them. It's very easy to get lost in the jungle here, and that poses a real danger. It's also always best to take a person with you. And when it comes to walking around the town, it's actually one of the more walkable destinations in Panama, certainly more pedestrian friendly than the city. Drivers here do yield to pedestrians and they drive slower and a little bit more courteously than in other areas of the country, especially in the capital city. Sidewalks, though, are unreliable as they are in most places here in Panama. In some parts of town, they're smooth and well paved, while in others, they're non-existent or crumbling. So it's a bit of a hit and miss. The government always says that they're going to improve all of these things, and sometimes it may happen. Sometimes you might be waiting longer than you want to. And as I mentioned, this is such a fantastic location for anybody interested in growing things. If you've got a green thumb, if you're a gardener, whether it's a hobby gardener or, if you've been a farmer in your former life, anyone interested in agriculture will find satisfaction here. The climate, the rich nutrient-filled soil is pretty much ideal for growing anything you want. The climate here is perfect for those who don't like extreme heat or cold or humidity, of course, and who enjoy mild weather. Digital nomads also will be impressed here. The Wi-Fi and infrastructure is of a high quality, and the tourism industry provides endless opportunities for the investor and the entrepreneur. It's also a safe, peaceful, healthy, and enriching place for those who appreciate the familiarity and support of a large expat community. If you want to kind of slow roll your move overseas and you want a bit of a landing pad when you get there, this is a great place to do that. Truly, there is something for everyone and every interest in Boquete. If you're interested in Boquete, either for living or investing in the exclusive offer that we have found, get in touch at the link on the screen or in the About section below. Happy trails!